If your home's on the market and it's just not selling the way you thought it would, what are the top 3 things to take a look at? I'm Peter Parker, and right now in the greater Sacramento region, we've been in a progressively more and more challenging time for people to sell their homes. People are not selling their homes the first hour they're on the market. They're not getting 27 or 42 offers. They're not selling for $100,000 over list price in most cases. It doesn't need to be a gloomy time of sitting on the market for weeks or months, endless price reductions, lowball offers, and settling for something way below what you had thought was possible. Not really. However, there are 3 things that could deserve a redo. Number 1, the first impression your home makes. When your home's on the market, where are people seeing it? 99+% of the time, they're seeing it online. They're seeing it on Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, some broker website. And what are they seeing? The photographs, first and foremost. And usually there's one big one, 2 or 3 smaller ones. Anything more than that, they've got to click or swipe or scroll. Studies have shown that if in the first less than 4 seconds, people don't have a compelling reason to click or swipe or scroll, they may not. So it's critically important that you get professional quality photographs, really great looking photographs. It's not hard to do. Any good realtor should be able to make that happen for you. That said, more homes than you'd think, even the ones that have great quality photographs, have them sequenced in a way that's not really very effective. Now, if we're talking about first impressions, if you had to pick the top 3 things to show someone about your home, what would it be? Studies show that for the most part, home buyers are interested, not in this order necessarily, in kitchens, master bedrooms, master bathrooms, family rooms, and if they're nice, backyards. So the front of the home, the so-called curb appeal, yes, that's important. However, it's not usually the most important, the most distinguishing or differentiating factor. So if you're trying to sell your home for more money than the other homes, what can you do to make your home look different than the other homes? And if you consider that, I haven't made an exacting study, but my estimate would be 75 to 85% of the homes on the market, the first photograph you see is the front of the home from across the street. And all too often, photo number 2 is the home from the left, the home from the right, the home close up, home closer up, and so forth. Just this past week, I saw a home where the first 10 photographs were different views of the exterior of the front of the home. And it wasn't a bad looking home, but did it really merit having the first 10 photographs be of different angles and distances from the home? Not in my opinion. Photograph 11, finally inside the home. It wasn't a very interesting shot. What was the first interesting, exciting, meaningful photograph that we saw of the home? Photograph number 19 of the kitchen. How many prospective buyers never made it to photograph number 19? A lot, too many. So sequencing of photos, incredibly important. I tend to what I call front load the first 6 or 8 photographs of the home with those things people care about. Kitchens, family rooms, master bedrooms, master bathrooms, backyards. There's time to show the laundry room. There's time to show the hallway bathroom. There's time to show some other things that, yeah, we want people to see, but not in the first 8, 10, or 18 photographs, preferably. Sorry if I've beat that point to death, but I think if you go online and look at homes on whatever website you choose to, you'll see what I'm talking about more than not. If your home is nice enough, large enough, attractive enough, it really warrants having a high quality 3D panoramic walkthrough presentation. And my favorite format is the Matterport format. It gives people a chance to really walk through the home step by step. Go look at the left, go to the other direction, zoom in, move out. You get a dollhouse view of the whole floor plan, like somebody tore the roof off and you're looking down on the home. If you've got a 2-story home, they'll show you both stories. You can pivot around and look at the home from any perspective. It's really cool. Buyers really like it. It's a great view of a home, gives you a feel of the flow of the floor plan, even produces for an extra $15 a floor plan with room dimensions. Prospective buyers like that a lot. So it's just a great thing. And why does every good-looking, attractive home not have one? No good reason, in my opinion, other than maybe home sellers didn't know to ask, or the real estate agent didn't, not that they should even offer, they just don't do it because it costs extra money and they don't see the point because they've sold plenty of homes without a Matterport. It's a good thing to do. That covers the visual aspect of making a great first impression, the most important thing. If you do that really great up front, that increases the likelihood that the next 2 points are going to be useful for you. If you don't really nail the photographs and the imagery, you might not get to point 2 and point 3, or they might not really help enough. Point number 2, I'm a big fan of giving prospective buyers the information that they care about with a home. Really go out of your way to make sure your home is differentiated and distinguished by what makes it special, what gives value to buyers. You want to enhance buyers' perception of value. Why should they buy your home for full price or higher? Why should they compete if there's multiple offers for your home? So, for example, there was a home last week where they mentioned the solar. Great, but they didn't say if the solar is owned or if it's leased. They didn't say how old or how new it was. They didn't say what the output of it was. They didn't say if it's leased how much the lease payment was. They didn't say how much money it's saving the people on electricity. Just an example. Homes that are highly updated. It's great to tell people, see the attached list with a bullet point list of updates you've made to the home, the approximate dates you made them, and the approximate cost of those updates. It can be really impressive. So those kinds of things. What other information can be helpful? Let's take a cue from home sellers over in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, out on the coast, where it's the norm for home sellers to provide all of the disclosures, all of the title and escrow paperwork, and last but not least, all of the inspection reports for the home. And there'll usually be a link or some directions where just click here or request, and boom, you'll have all of that to review before you even get in the car to go look at the home. And if you don't have that over in those areas, people think, oh, what are you doing? Don't you know how people sell homes? And are you hiding something? Now, for whatever reason, that's never really taken hold for the majority of homes here in the Sacramento region. But plenty of home buyers would like to see that, especially for home buyers that are coming from the coast, Silicon Valley, Bay Area. They come over and like, wow, there's no inspections. I mean, how am I supposed to know what condition the home is in, or how am I supposed to have confidence, especially if it's an older home? I mean, how old is the roof? How old is the water heater? How old is the air conditioner, the appliances? I mean, it's a real question for them. So the risk you run as a seller is you've made your home sort of like the car on Craigslist that has a few mediocre photos and a pretty mediocre, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound rude, but not as helpful, informative, and descriptive and specific description. So people are left to themselves to wonder how much it's worth and what they feel comfortable in offering. And if they're operating with a scarcity of information, they're probably going to offer less just to hedge themselves. Well, what if I need to get new tires or a new water pump or timing belt? How old's the transmission? And all these questions you'd have about a used car. Compare and contrast that with the certified pre-owned car from the dealer that's been through the 154-point checklist and has a bit of a warranty. Now, the car on Craigslist may be the exact same car, or it may be better than the car at the dealer, but which car do you think buyers, at least many buyers, are going to feel more comfortable about, more confident in, have a higher perception of value? Yeah, the certified pre-owned car that's been through the checklist. So rather than leave it to the buyers to make a lower offer than they would otherwise, come back a week or two later, hey, well, look what we found on all the inspection reports we did. We're going to need $8, $10, $15, $20,000 off for this stuff. Take control of it up front proactively. Do those inspections. If there's a few things that are significant or inexpensive, use discretion, but maybe fix a few things up. Remove the reasons to give people concern and anxiety. Be able to tell people we have a clear roof inspection, we have a clear pest inspection, all those things you're wondering about. Here's the information about them. They're all fine. You'll get stronger offers up front. You'll have less of a chance for buyers to come back later on, backpedaling and trying to negotiate repairs that they really sort of double dipping on because they already made a lower offer in the first place. And number 3, pricing. Elephant in the room. But the funny thing is, I've had many cases where I've helped people sell a home for more money than they'd had it on the market with for weeks or even months with another agent. How'd you do that? Even in a market that wasn't so great. And how you do it is, you make a great first impression visually online, make it really stand out like, wow, that's the best looking home we've seen. Or of all the homes in this town, that one's one we got to go see. And oh, hey, look at how they've described it. Look at all the things they've already taken care of. Oh, this is the most trouble-free, move-in ready, non-money pit home on the market. That's how you want people to feel about your home. And then third, if the price is attractive, now you've got a chance for more people looking at your home earlier in the process, people coming with an expectation that this home is going to go quickly. It's a solid deal. It's better than the other homes on the market in some tangible, meaningful ways. And they're going to have to compete. And rather than how much do you think we can get this home for, it's like, what do you think it's going to take to get this home? And you want the buyers to be afraid of losing it to someone else who's going to say, hey, that's the best home. I'm willing to pay a premium price for it. Sorry if that was a lengthier video than you planned on getting in, but time well spent. Not saying this to brag, but I helped people here in my own town sell homes for hundreds of thousands of dollars more than other agents estimated they could. And I had a home a few years back that had been on the market 4.5 months with another agent, gotten one offer the entire time it was on the market. It was for $195,000 below list price. Within 2 weeks after I put it on the market, did it the way I described, we had an offer that was higher than that. So made my folks an extra $225,000 in less than 2 weeks compared to 4.5 months of frustration before. Any particular specific questions, needs, concerns, hopes that you have, be happy to address them. Just call, text, or email the information below. Thanks for your time.